What does losing 80 pounds actually mean to me right now? In this moment, it's a sense of accomplishment that I've done something that I really didn't think that I could do just over a year ago. Everything changed for me um, when I started realizing that by just making some changes in my eating habits that I could actually bring my weight down. My body feels completely different now than when I first started this journey. My original feelings with my body and how it moved, it was ridiculously painful. I remember sitting in the car a lot of the time watching my kids go walk on the beach because I couldn't. Um, I never thought that I'd be able to walk my dog on the beach because I had a hard time keeping my balance. I had tremendous pain in all my limbs. It was very difficult to do what you're seeing me do in this video now. Um, Exercise wasn't really a focus before. I really truly did focus my first 80 pounds really purely on the food. That was done partly intentionally just because um, when you have arthritis and moving is difficult and mobility becomes an issue, um, the last thing you're going to think about is trying to move more. Even though that really is the best treatment for arthritis, when you're carrying a lot of extra weight, there comes an element where moving can be dangerous. You can get hurt very easily. So I did prolong the amount of time that I used just focusing on food until I felt that I had enough down that I could safely exercise. And we're at that point now, and exercise is such an important part of this journey. You do need to exercise. You can only do so much with diet until you have to actually stop and really think about moving yourself more. So, with my body having changed so much, movement's so much easier. It doesn't come with so much consequences. It's not so much difficult anymore. Um, I really have just started gently with doing some walks. I thought I would share some footage from my last walk I went on. It was not uneventful. I will tell you now, I did have a blooper take on this whole thing. I put it in a separate video because it really was funny. I really learned how limber I've become as a result of my little incident on the beach. I will leave it at that. You can go look and see in my videos the video that I'm referencing. I'll connect it at the end of this video so you can see the link if you want to watch it. It's good fun. I didn't get hurt. Walking became my start point for really exercising. And I think it's really important to be able to take Winnie out on a beach. She's a young dog. She's my golden retriever. She needs the exercise too. This means the world to her. So it motivates me because I don't need to do it alone. So being able to walk now 80 pounds lighter really does make such a big difference. My knees don't hurt nearly as much as they used to. My back doesn't hurt like it used to. I've just found such an immense amount of freedom. I did give more care to my footwear when I was out walking. Hiking boots became important just to keep me safe, but when I'm out there, it's a great time to reflect and clear your mind. And it just felt so freeing to do that. The day that I went out, it was really quite chilly outside, so I had the beach to myself, which I thoroughly enjoyed. Was out there looking for some little treasures on the ground, which I did find some. But this is really just a wonderful phase of my journey, something that I enjoy. And I think that one of the parts that I enjoy about this is it's a reward that doesn't involve someone else's approval. It's a reward that doesn't involve rewarding myself with food or expenses. Really, exercise is almost like a reward to me because, I can get out and move. It's such freedom. And when you didn't have it for a while and suddenly you get it back, it makes a whole difference, right? So I'm starting with walking. I'm going to continue working on this path. I have weights in mind to start working with weights. A friend of mine has been, well, she calls it encouraging. I call it crazy nagging. But anyway, but she's right regardless. So don't get mad at me, to my friend. You know, it's something that I need to do. One of the things of being over the age of 50 and losing weight, one consideration certainly is the loss of muscle mass. That can definitely happen. And it is a reality for me. So, doing a little bit of weightlifting will certainly help protect me in that regard. So it's something that I want to start doing is really focusing on that now. So once I get into the walking a little more, we'll start with a little bit more weightlifting, work on building more of my strength in my body that I've lost over time. This is so important. I can't stress it enough. I mean, when you're younger, you tend to bounce back a lot easier when you have a little accident like a fall. As you get older and that muscle mass, pardon me, gets depleted, taking a fall can be very consequential. And I don't want that to happen to me. I've had some bad ones when I was heavier. It wasn't a good time. I had a tumble on the beach while I was out there, not caused by being imbalanced, just by a panicked dog. Honestly, I rolled right out of that and experienced no pain at all. And that's what I want to continue doing. So, working on my muscle mass is going to be really primary focus going forward. So, I'm going to leave this here, but tell me a little bit about where you're at with exercise. What's worked for you? And do you think lifting weights of over 50 is a good idea? Yes? No? Why? Why not? I'd like to hear from you. Thank you.